This is the rarest crab in the entire world.
Oh, but before I show you guys what it looks like,
I'm cooking and eating some of the most exotic seafoods on the planet. Shark, a very colorful stingray, and so much more. But first, let's start with this massive Japanese cuttlefish, one of the largest squid species in Asia with a bioluminescent glow.
look at how long its tentacles are. I'm holding it. Oh, that scared me so bad. The reason I'm so excited about these is because their diet mainly consists of crustaceans. And because of that, they're gonna have a very sweet meat. And it's so interesting, as you touch him, he's changing colors. He's really trying to display his threat techniques. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my fillet knife and cut him right along here.
Because cuttlefish rely mainly on their camouflage in the wild, being invisible has become second nature to them. But once they're dead, all of those camouflage cells relax, causing the squid to lose all of its color. And if you're lucky, you might even find the ink sac.
How do we feel? Does it look cool?
And if you think this squid is crazy, keep watching because as the video goes on, the seafood is going to get more and more extreme, and who knows, maybe we'll cook something that breaks the scale.
Now, the parts of the cuttlefish you're gonna eat are two parts. So first, you're gonna eat the head of it, just like this. The tentacles you can pretty much make calamari out of. Whoa, look, it's still sticking to my hand. Yo. That was crazy. The second part you're gonna eat is the outside of its head.
The process of filleting a cuttlefish is pretty inky, so we're gonna skip to when we actually have the meat.
We're gonna start by picking your favorite seasoning. I'm going with lime leaf pepper salt, ground black pepper, and Korean chili powder. Now you're gonna go in with your favorite stuffing. I'm going with fried rice. Roll it up like this. Nice. Okay, beautiful.
Because cuttlefish meat is gelatinous, it takes no time to cook at all. After just 5 minutes, it was ready to eat.
We're gonna go ahead and cut it right down the middle, like this, and like this.
And now to taste my first meal.
All right, here we go.
As you can see from my very descriptive reaction, I have some thoughts.
Okay.
Knock the cuttlefish off the bucket list. This is one of the coolest seafoods I've ever tried. Only thing is that I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to get this ink off my face very easily. 4 out of 10.
This next one can take a finger off of me, so I have to be careful grabbing it. Oh my God. That was terrifying. That thing is flexible, man. That thing is super flexible. He's gonna try to get me.
We had to get everything needed for our recipe, but that's a lot easier said than done when you're dealing with a live shark.
Thank you, Mr. Shark. I feel bad, man.
We donated the remaining meat and we're left with all the ingredients we needed.
We've got their dorsal, pectoral, and anal fins. We're gonna get our shark fins into a very aggressive boil. Once your fins are in, you're gonna go ahead and cover it up.
The fins will eventually boil down to only meat and tendon, which means it's ready to be put into the ramen.
Boom, boom. We're gonna be putting in yellow peppers, red peppers, and spring onion. Let the shark fins simmer with all the other ingredients, and then you're ready to be served. Gonna start out with the broth. This is what the shark looks like. We're gonna try a piece of just this. A lot of cartilage in that.
Not gonna lie, the shark kind of blended in with the ramen. I could hardly taste it. Final note, needs more shark. 3 out of 10.
This next sea creature is debatably the prettiest one we're gonna see all night. Into my big box of sea creatures. Whoa. Oh! Let's see, does this guy have a stinger? Hey! This is the most colorful stingray species in the world.
Let's get cooking.
There are 2 fillets on each side, one above the piece of cartilage, one below the piece of cartilage. A lot of people will get a cookie cutter and cut a circle out of stingrays, and it'll kind of look like scallops, and they taste like scallops too. So if they're able to get that cookie cutter and just pass it off, it's like easily making double the money. We're just going with a huge dollop of butter. You want to make sure the pan is hot when you put your stingray in, and you could tell because it'll start sizzling right when you put it in. You can tell they're ready when you can kind of just poke through and it has no resistance to cutting it. Finish it off with a garnish. I'm going with green onion. Damn, that smells so fire. I'm excited. Okay.
Stingray is probably some of my favorite meat because it has so many striations throughout it, making it super tender. I'd totally eat this again. 7 out of 10.
I'm happy to say that this one doesn't have a chance of hurting me, but it is pretty bizarre.
But before we cook this snail,
I've got a message from our sponsor, BetterHelp. Ever since I started making YouTube videos, it's been a constant sprint between filming, editing, and making sure everything is perfect for you guys. Something I struggle with is balancing my work and personal life, especially when I'm trying to stick to such a tight posting schedule. In the past, this has caused anxiety and in some instances, like full-blown panic attacks. Something that's helped me get this anxiety under control is therapy, and BetterHelp makes it very easy to start. Just fill out a questionnaire and you'll be matched with a therapist in as little as a couple of days. And there's no risk because if you don't like your therapist, you can get a new one at no extra cost.
let BetterHelp rule your anxiety so you don't have to.
Click the link in the description or visit www.betterhelp.com/Kratka for 10% off your first month of therapy.
Now back to cooking a snail.
Into my big box of secrets. Oh! No, I'm just kidding. Look at this guy. Look at him. This snail is reminiscent of a conch. It's absolutely massive, okay? It's the biggest thing I've ever held. A cool fact about these snails is that the shell grows with them throughout their entire life. So they start pretty small, and then before you know it, they become these monsters. The only way to get it out of its shell is by boiling it, and that's why we have a pot of water right over there. I've got a very aggressive boil going on right now.
After letting it boil for 10 minutes, it's ready to be cracked.
Wow, look at him. After we have the body of the snail out of its shell, we're gonna cut the meat, which is in the front of its body. This right here are its eyes. I think that's so cool.
And what's even cooler is one of the next meals I'm cooking will contain one of the hairiest animals in the ocean.
Once you have your snail thinly cut, you're gonna get seaweed salad and put a healthy amount on your plate. Next, you're gonna put some chili sauce on it, and lastly, place your snail, okay? This is the bite we're gonna do right here. Has snail, has seaweed. Let's give it a taste.
So many flavors in my mouth at once. The crunchiness of the seaweed went very well with the difference in texture from the snail. 8 out of 10.
You really just want to see the hairiest crab in the world, huh? Have you been here the whole time for that? Oh, dude, this thing is so cool looking. This is a big, hairy crab, bro. You guys thought I was kidding, huh? Ow, ow, spiky hairy crab. Whoa, this thing is so hairy, bro. It has hair coming out of its legs. It has hair coming out of the bottom of its body, out of the top of its body. It literally even has eyelashes, okay? So the thing I'm most curious about is I really want to see if I could shave this thing. Okay, so we're just gonna flip her upside down. We're just gonna see if it works. It worked. It worked. Look, this is living proof, okay? In the comments, I want you to tell me if you would eat this and how much you think it costs, because it's actually surprising, but I'm not gonna tell you. We're just gonna put him right into the pot. Ah, he's like, you betrayed me.
Boiling time.
Go and get your hairy crab. Oh my God. Oh, wow, it's a big freaking crab, man. Put it right into the ice water. You put them in the ice water so that the meat solidifies afterwards. You also want to make sure that all of the water that you use is salted. This is going to make it so that your crustacean keeps that salty flavor from the ocean. Once your hairy crab has been in the ice water for like 5 minutes, you're going to take it out. Now that is a cooked hairy crab, if I've ever seen one. And that is what the hairy crab meat looks like.
Say what you want about this thing. I think the more hair, the more flavor. 8 out of 10.
Now, out of all these seafoods, only one of them can be the best. And that's the whole point of what we did today. Out of every single seafood you saw me cook today, the one that I liked the most was probably that giant snail. Definitely the giant snail. And also you should like watch this video right over here. It's pretty gas, actually. Actually so fire.